General Hospital spoilers reveal that Willow never expected to walk in on something so shocking, yet there she was, standing frozen in the doorway, watching as Nina rummaged through Drew's apartment with an almost frantic determination. The eerie silence of the room contrasted sharply with the intensity of the moment. The realization hit her like a tidal wave. This wasn't just an innocent mistake or a misunderstanding. Nina had broken in. Nina was searching for something. And whatever she was looking for, it was important enough for her to risk everything. A storm of emotions swirled inside Willow. Disbelief. Anger. Betrayal. She had spent months trying to navigate her fragile relationship with Nina, trying to find some way to make peace with the woman who had caused so much destruction in her life. And yet, here she was again, caught in the middle of another one of Nina's schemes. What had Nina been thinking? What was she after? And more importantly, what was she planning to do with whatever she found? The weight of Nina's deception pressed down on Willow, filling her with a sense of dread she couldn't shake. She had always sensed that Nina was capable of playing dirty, but this went beyond anything she had imagined. The sheer boldness of it, the nerve to break into Drew's private space, made it clear that this was more than just curiosity or desperation. This was a calculated move. Willow's voice was sharp when she finally spoke, shattering the tense silence. "What the hell are you doing, Nina?" Nina spun around, her face flashing with a mixture of guilt and panic before she forced herself into her usual mask of composure. "Willow, this isn't what it looks like." But it was exactly what it looked like. Nina had been caught red-handed, and for once, there was no way out. Willow stepped further into the room, her heart pounding as she scanned the open drawers, the displaced papers, the subtle signs of a search that had clearly been going on for longer than just a few minutes. "I don't believe you," Willow said, her voice firm. "You're not just snooping. You're after something. What is it, Nina? What are you trying to find?" Nina hesitated, her eyes darting toward the partially open safe across the room. Willow followed her gaze, and suddenly, everything clicked into place. Nina had a plan. A strategy. And it involved taking Drew down. A chilling realization settled over Willow. Nina wasn't just meddling, she was orchestrating something dangerous. And for the first time, Willow saw through every excuse, every justification Nina had ever made. This wasn't about self-preservation. This wasn't about making amends. Nina was playing a long game, and Drew was her next target. The silence stretched between them, thick with unspoken accusations. Willow took a deep breath, steadying herself before she demanded, "Tell me the truth, Nina. Right now. No more lies, no more games. What exactly are you planning to do to Drew?" Nina's face twisted in conflict. She was trapped, cornered in a way she hadn't expected. There was no denying it now. She had to make a choice, come clean or risk losing Willow forever. Would she finally admit what she was up to? Or would she double down, weaving another lie to cover her tracks? One thing was certain, this moment had changed everything. The fragile trust between them had shattered, and Willow knew that whatever Nina's next move was, it would define their relationship from this moment forward. Willow continues to stand her ground, unwavering in her determination to protect Drew from whatever scheme Nina is plotting. What started as a mere suspicion has now escalated into full-fledged confrontation, with emotions running higher than ever. The tension between them has reached a breaking point, as Willow refuses to let Nina slip away with her usual justifications and manipulations. Every past betrayal, every broken promise, and every lingering resentment between them has boiled over, making it clear that their fragile truce may not survive this moment. As the weight of the confrontation settles in, Willow's frustration fuels her resolve. She sees Nina's actions as yet another example of reckless behavior, another boundary crossed without regard for the consequences. The discovery of Nina breaking into Drew's apartment isn't just about this one instance, it's a pattern, a continued cycle of deception and control. Willow realizes that Nina's desperate need to manipulate situations, to insert herself where she doesn't belong, is an addiction she refuses to break. The betrayal stings even more knowing that Nina had been given a second chance, a chance to rebuild, to prove she could be trusted, to show that she had changed. And yet, here they were again, with Nina tangled in another web of her own making. Willow's anger intensifies as she pieces together what Nina was after. It isn't just about curiosity or desperation. It's calculated. There is something Nina needed, something she was willing to risk everything to get her hands on. And if Willow had any doubt before, it vanishes now. Nina had a plan to take down Drew. Whether it was about revenge, self-preservation, or an attempt to control a narrative only she understood, it didn't matter. The fact remained that Nina was meddling in something dangerous, and Willow couldn't let it continue. As their argument escalates, Nina struggles to regain control of the situation. She tries to justify, to explain, to weave a story that might soften the blow, but it's too late. Willow isn't interested in excuses. She isn't interested in rationalizations. This isn't about miscommunication or misunderstanding. This is about deliberate choices, and Nina's choices have once again led to betrayal. Willow knows that whatever Nina found, whatever secrets she uncovered in Drew's apartment, could have devastating consequences. And now, as the weight of the moment settles between them, Willow demands to know the truth. But the truth, as always, is something Nina is reluctant to give. Backed into a corner, she is forced to make a decision. She can admit everything, confess her intentions, and risk losing whatever shred of trust she still has left with Willow. Or she can double down, spinning a new lie in an attempt to salvage the mess she has created. But either way, things will never be the same again. Willow has seen Nina for who she truly is, and no amount of pleading or apologizing will erase what she has done. Their already fragile relationship is now teetering on the edge of complete collapse, and there may be no coming back from this. Willow is prepared to go to extreme lengths to protect Drew, unwilling to let anything or anyone put him in danger. The unfolding situation has pushed her into a position where action is no longer an option, it is a necessity. With Nina holding secrets that could expose Drew's criminal actions, the stakes have never been higher. Willow knows that if these secrets come to light, everything could unravel in a way that could change their lives forever. She refuses to stand idly by and let that happen. She cannot afford to. The weight of this revelation is staggering, sending shockwaves through Willow's already fragile trust in Nina. It is no longer just about protecting Drew. It is about stopping Nina before she unleashes irreversible chaos. Willow has spent months trying to find some common ground with Nina, trying to see if there was any way to build a relationship with the woman who has done so much harm. But this is proof that Nina will always be willing to cross the line. She isn't just keeping secrets. She is wielding them like weapons, carefully calculating her next move to gain the upper hand. And Willow knows that if she doesn't stop her, Nina will use what she has discovered against Drew in a way that could destroy everything. The revelation of Drew's misdeeds is a shocking twist that Willow never saw coming, but it does not change her mission. She knows that Drew has made mistakes. She knows that he has operated in the gray areas of morality. But that does not mean he deserves to be ruined by Nina, a woman whose own hands are far from clean. Nina is no innocent party in any of this, and Willow refuses to let her pretend otherwise. This is not about justice. It is about control. Nina thrives on manipulation, on twisting situations in her favor. Willow refuses to let her dictate the outcome of this situation. A new force is rising within Willow, one that she has never felt before, an unshakable resolve to do whatever it takes to keep Nina from getting the upper hand. If it means confronting Nina in ways she never has before, she will do it. If it means getting her hands dirty, she is willing to take that risk. She cannot allow Nina to play the role of puppet master, pulling the strings and deciding the fates of those around her. The thought of Nina having that kind of power fills Willow with an overwhelming sense of urgency, pushing her to act before it is too late. The confrontation between them is no longer just a battle of words, it is a war for control. Willow has been patient. She has been understanding. She has given Nina more chances than she deserves. But this is where she draws the line. She will not let Nina destroy Drew, and she will not allow herself to be caught in another one of her mother's manipulative schemes. The moment Nina decided to hold on to this secret, she declared war, and Willow is more than ready to fight back. As the tension builds, the stakes continue to rise. The sheer intensity of what Nina possesses is enough to shift the balance of power in an irreversible way. But Willow refuses to let fear control her. If Nina thinks she can use this information to manipulate the situation to her advantage, she is wrong. Willow is not the same woman she was months ago. She is stronger, fiercer, and more determined than ever. And if Nina underestimates just how far Willow is willing to go to stop her, she is about to find out the hard way. This is more than just a family feud now. This is a battle of wills, a fight to determine who holds the power in the end. Willow knows she must act swiftly, decisively, and without hesitation. Because if she does not, Nina will win. And that is something she simply cannot allow. Willow has reached the breaking point where there is no room left for second chances, no space for reconciliation, and no hope for redemption. She has tried, time and time again, to extend an olive branch to Nina, to build a bridge between them despite the deep wounds of the past. But now, all of that effort has proven to be in vain. Nina has once again overstepped, crossing a line that can never be erased. This time, there will be no more compromises, no more attempts at understanding. Willow is making her choice, and it is final. She is cutting Nina out of her life, permanently. The story of Nina's downfall is unfolding at a rapid pace, and the weight of her mistakes is crushing everything she once held on to. The damage she has caused is no longer something that can be brushed aside or repaired. This is the breaking point, and it is clear that Nina's actions have finally caught up to her. The betrayals, the secrets, the manipulation, every choice she has made has led to this moment. And now, as the full scope of her actions comes to light, it is clear that the consequences will be severe. For Willow, the realization is both painful and freeing. She had held on to the idea that, somehow, her mother could change, that there was still hope for them to find common ground. She had given Nina more chances than she ever deserved, but none of them mattered. Every time Willow tried to let her in, Nina found a way to destroy that fragile trust. And now, there is no trust left to salvage. This is not about a single mistake, it is about a repeated cycle of deceit and destruction that Willow refuses to be a part of anymore. The weight of this decision settles over her, but instead of sadness, there is clarity. She no longer feels conflicted, no longer feels guilty for walking away. This is what she has to do, for herself, for her peace, and for the people she loves. Drew, Carly, Michael, and even her children, they all deserve better than the toxic presence Nina has brought into their lives. Willow is choosing to break free, to reclaim control, and to no longer allow Nina's actions to dictate the course of her happiness. Meanwhile, Nina is facing the harsh reality of what she has done. All the effort she put into trying to build a relationship with Willow is now meaningless, washed away by her own reckless behavior. The lies, the deceit, and the selfish choices have finally taken their toll, and now she is left standing in the ruins of the relationship she once claimed to want so badly. She had fought for Willow's forgiveness, had begged for a place in her daughter's life, only to squander it the moment she let her worst instincts take over. There is no undoing this. The damage is irreversible. The more Nina tries to explain, the more she realizes how pointless it is. Willow is not listening. Willow is not interested in excuses. Willow is done. And that realization stings more than any consequence Nina has ever faced before. The shock of this moment is overwhelming, not just for Nina, but for everyone who has been watching this slow unraveling of their relationship. Carly had warned Willow. Michael had always been skeptical. But Willow had held on to hope, refusing to believe that her mother was truly incapable of change. Now, she knows better. Now, she sees Nina for exactly who she is. And there is no fixing this, Nina's desperate attempts to justify herself no longer hold any weight. Her excuses are hollow, her justifications meaningless. She had a chance, a real, genuine chance, to be part of Willow's life. But she threw it away the moment she decided that her own selfish desires were more important than the people she claimed to care about. And now, she is paying the price. Willow, for the first time, feels truly free from the burden of trying to make this relationship work. She no longer carries the weight of responsibility for fixing something that was always destined to fall apart. She is choosing herself. She is choosing peace. And in doing so, she is walking away from the one person who has caused her nothing but pain. As the dust settles, one thing is undeniable: Nina has lost Willow for good. The damage she has caused has led to her own undoing, and now, she stands alone, watching as the last connection she had to her daughter slips away forever. Willow is moving forward, stronger and more determined than ever, while Nina is left behind, forced to face the consequences of everything she has done. The battle is over. And Nina has lost. Willow and Drew are preparing for a bold new counterattack, determined to take control of the situation before Nina has the chance to cause further destruction. Their alliance has never been stronger, and for the first time, they are stepping into a new phase of strategic planning, where every move is carefully calculated. This is not just about protecting themselves anymore, it is about taking back power, about ensuring that Nina faces the consequences of her reckless actions. The adjustments they are making are not just simple course corrections, they are part of a larger, more deliberate shift. This is about control, about reversing the damage that has already been done, and about preventing any further manipulation from Nina. The weight of what is at stake has created an undeniable sense of urgency, pushing both Willow and Drew to take decisive action. They know that Nina will not stop, that she will continue to find ways to twist situations in her favor, but this time, they refuse to let her dictate the outcome. What makes this moment even more critical is that it is no longer just about Nina, it is about Carly as well. The fallout from everything that has transpired is extending beyond just one person, creating ripple effects that are reaching both Carly and Nina in ways neither of them could have anticipated. What started as a confrontation between individuals is now evolving into a larger, more intense battle, one where reputations, alliances, and even futures are at stake. Drew, fueled by his own personal vendetta, is determined to strike back in a way that ensures Nina will no longer be able to interfere in his life. He is no longer interested in playing defense, he is ready to go on the offensive. Meanwhile, Willow is embracing a strength she never knew she had, stepping into a role where she is no longer the victim of Nina's choices but an active force in stopping her. This is not just about personal grudges, it is about justice, about righting the wrongs that have been allowed to fester for too long. As their counterattack takes shape, a new obsession is forming, one driven by a desire to put an end to Nina's constant manipulations once and for all. The damage that has already been done is undeniable, but what matters now is ensuring that no more harm comes from Nina's actions. The stakes are high, and the battle ahead will not be easy, but Willow and Drew are more determined than ever to come out on top. With every passing moment, the tension continues to build. The choices they make now will define the next phase of their lives, and there is no room for hesitation. Nina and Carly may have thought they could control the narrative, but what they don't realize is that the game has changed. The tides are turning, and Willow and Drew are ready to make their move. As this conflict reaches new heights, one thing is certain: the damage that has already been done is nothing compared to what is coming next. The fight is far from over, and the next chapter promises to bring even more shocking revelations, betrayals, and unexpected twists. Willow and Drew are no longer just reacting to the chaos, they are preparing to redefine the battlefield entirely. And for Nina and Carly, that means the storm they never saw coming is about to hit in full force.